What's up, dudes and dudettes? Today's video is going to be on this palette. This is the Natasha Denona All Matte Safari palette. The palette, in case you haven't seen it, looks exactly like this. And as you can tell, it is a very all matte, very beautiful, colorful, very colorful palette, and that is what I have used on my eyes today. And I tried to use as many colors as I could. I want to go over this palette really quick, and just to let you guys know what my thoughts are initially on this palette, especially because I do love Natasha Denona palettes, even though they are an arm and a leg, but I do think that you are paying for the quality and for the name. And in this case, you know, brand name over like drugstore. So this one is $129, and you can get it right now on Sephora or beautylish.com. And what's really cool about it is that this whole thing is matte, although if you can already tell, I have some fingerprints on that. The next awesome thing is this gigantic mirror, and if you guys didn't get her other palette, the Tropical palette, which is this one right here, this is the Tropical palette, and it looks exactly the same plastic packaging, also a huge mirror right here, and then 15 shadows. I want to go through these colors really quick and let you know what colors I used on my eyes today. I did use this color Aya, I think it's pronounced Aya, and I used it all over the lid, which is a perfect all over color. And then I took Tamarind and put it as my transition. Then I took Desert Date and Amhara, and then just kind of layered those two together, and then took Tribe, and as you can see, it is totally orange right there. I didn't know what kind of look I was going for today. I just wanted to play with makeup and kind of see where it went. I did know that I wanted to use Fata Morgana and Rhino for sure, those two colors. And I was sitting here for a while thinking of how to put them together, and I wanted to put something different together, I guess. For me, this is different. I don't know that it's cohesive, but for right now it works. And so I took the Fata Morgana and put that on this bottom part of my lid, and then what I did was I just took the Tribe color, just the leftover stuff on the brush, dragged it down to my lower lid, and then I took a combination of Stone, Savanna, and Rhino, and I tried to layer them from lightest to darkest. However, it didn't really work very well. After I tried to blend those together, especially with Savanna, because Savanna is more of like an olivey green, it kind of muddled together. So I don't recommend doing that, especially with Savanna, because Savanna is very, I don't know, it's a beautiful color, don't get me wrong, but as soon as I tried to blend the other colors into that Savanna color specifically, things got a little bit muddy. Now I want to go through some of these colors and kind of let you know how the formula feels, and what I do have a couple of concerns regarding 3 different colors, and all of the colors are very pigmented. You are going to get a lot of fallout. I did get some fallout on this eye when I was putting the Fata Morgana on, but you know, like I've mentioned before, fallout never really bothers me. If it bothers you, then you probably won't like it, but you do get a lot of fallout when you're using these shadows, especially when you're taking like a fluffy blending brush and you're dipping it into the pan. You will get a lot of fallout from that. I did swatch all 15 colors onto my arms just to get a feel of the formula and just to see how they apply just by me swatching them. I am going to try in the future to use the other shades, but I really wanted to try to use the shades that are not as conventional and not as, you know, your everyday neutrals kind of thing. And for me, this whole bottom row right here, this whole bottom row is what I would generally use as my everyday neutrals. And then of course, you know, you have these 3 right here, maybe this, and then this is Shea. So definitely all those colors I do appreciate that they are in the palette because it does make the palette more wearable, especially when you're going for an all matte look. You can use either one color or you can use a combination of different colors just from this palette. Now, if you were wanting some pop of color, you could do that with the lighter colors in this pan or this palette because they are very pigmented, and you know, that's pretty much what that is right here. So with the colors that I had swatched into my arm, all of these are very, very soft, very buttery, and they are very, you know, it works. All of these colors do work. The Fata Morgana is beautifully pigmented. I love it. It's so blue, and I think that's one of the colors that I'm most excited about in this palette. The three colors that I really have concerns about are Shea, Voodoo, and I think I want to say Amhara. And I will try to look at that over again. I do think it's that those three colors, especially with that, and or maybe it's Thorn. I do feel like some of these darker colors, as you can see on my hands right here, it's going to be the ones I just touched: Shea, Voodoo, Masai, and Thorn. Actually, I just touched Amhara and it's not really that bad. But those four colors, and Tribe. Tribe, especially when I had used it in my crease, these colors have a tendency to become a lot more darker the more color that you put on. And I noticed that a lot with the Tribe color, especially as I was applying it onto my eyes. But then when I was swatching it too, I did notice that the more that I tried to do like just 3 swipes per each color, but every time I went over it, it became a lot darker. So be careful of that, especially if you're using any of those colors in your crease or anywhere that you're going to blend heavily. Something that I do want to make note of is that this palette actually has more product than the previous palette, the Tropical palette. This one has in total 2.5 grams of product for the 15 shadows. Now, the Tropic palette was only 1.5 grams of product. And so I can definitely appreciate that. I will love how far this will go. Really quick, something that I wanted to let you guys know is that if you guys are not interested in getting this Natasha Denona palette, I do have a very close, kind of, I wouldn't really say like a dupe, but these colors are very close to each other, and it's not very much of a price difference. However, you do get more product for this price. So this is the Viseart Dark Matte, and this is the 4 Dark Matte, and let me just hold both of them up just for some comparison. So you can definitely tell, excuse the light, but you can definitely tell in here that the colors are very, very similar. They do have the warm tones, and then you've got some of your blues and your greens and purples. In the Viseart palette, there's not so much of the transition colors, like these lighter transition colors and Tamarind right over here. Those are excellent transition colors. You would have to use another palette, I feel, to have these as to have transitions to put them on. But if you can tell, very, very similar, not exactly the same, but it would be a comparable, like a comparable something else that you would get instead of the Natasha Denona palette. This palette is for $80, and you can also get it at Sephora as well. And I'm pretty sure you can get it from another website, but as far as I know, this is where Sephora is where I got it from. But this one is $80. It is cheaper, and you get more product for the price. You get a little bit less shadows, but I think it kind of balances out with the fact that you get more product in the Viseart one versus the Natasha Denona one. So I think that I have covered pretty much everything that I wanted to say about this. I really do like it upon first impression. I really do like this palette. I love all mattes. Sometimes I just want to go for an all matte look, especially with the previous video that I did. And this one, okay, like I said, the bottom row, it's upside down, but the bottom row is literally my best friend in this palette. and I can totally see myself carrying this around, especially going on vacation and stuff like that, or just carrying this around, period. I think this is going to be a really good palette to have, and especially if I want to have like a pop of color, like say like metallic of some sort, then I could definitely take like a single shadow or one of the Stila glitter thingies, if you guys know what I mean. I could definitely take one of those with me, and just makes it so much easier. You know, I love this olive color for the palette. So if you guys are thinking of picking this up, let me know. Or if you did pick this up, definitely let me know down below. Let's get a discussion going, and tell me what you think about Natasha Denona eyeshadows. If you've tried it, if you want to try it, if you are interested in trying it, definitely let me know. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope this video was short and sweet and quick, and that you can get your hands on it if you want it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!